Hello again, everybody. It's Les East with Brian Allee-Walsh from NewOrleans.com out at Saints Camp, and it's practice 12 today on Friday morning, Les. And some news to report. They did make a roster move. You want to tell the fans all about it?
Yeah, actually, they brought in a wide receiver, Mark Bradley, signed him yesterday, released wide receiver Matt Simon to make room for him, and he has been in the league for a while, and most recently with Tampa Bay, but he did not play.
Cup of coffee, I believe.
Yeah, signed him at the end of last year, did not play, was released, I believe, just prior to the start of training camp. LSU fans might remember that he was on the Oklahoma team that lost to LSU in the BCS championship game in the Sugar Bowl in January of '04, I believe it was.
You see what kind of little tidbits you get when you tune into NewOrleans.com here?
That's right. That's an exclusive, I believe.
Right.
I don't think anybody else has that.
Nor does anybody else want it, I believe.
So they signed him. He worked out yesterday. Afterwards, they worked out some players in the indoor facility after they kicked us out after the one workout yesterday, and Sean Payton said he was impressive in the workout, and they like his experience, and he said Matt Simon didn't do anything wrong. It's just this guy had a slightly different set of skills and some experience. So they made the move. I don't know what his chances are making the roster. That's one of the deepest positions on the team, but with his experience, he gives him a little more insurance than maybe Matt Simon would have.
Yeah, talk with Mark. Mark said he also returned kicks and punts, both in college and in the NFL, so he does have those other skills that he can fall back on. As far as from an injury standpoint, I believe, Tracy Porter was back out in the field today, as was tight end Torrey Humphrey. The three active PUP guys, Robert Meacham, Clint Ingram, and Darren Sharper, are still on active PUP and remain not able to practice. Scott Shanley is out again. His knee continues they continue to rest his knee. Anybody else from an injury standpoint? I'm trying to think.
There's nothing new, and I believe there was one other player in addition to Shanley who said we should mention Jimmy Wilkerson and Heath Evans both work.
Yep.
Those are two guys who
Heath
have been
Evans
limited because of off-season knee surgery. But the only new thing was that Porter and Humphrey both returned today. So that was
right, and Jeremy Shockey made it through practice, which is good too. That's encouraging. They also discussed, in fact, they cut practice short today by 45 minutes. And Sean's explanation afterwards was that because they're going to have a good spirited practice this afternoon indoors, which will be closed to the public, by the way, that they're going to go, because of the black and gold practice tomorrow. And by the way, just mark this on your calendar, Saints fans, that tomorrow's practice will start at 11 a.m. and will run through till 12:30, I believe, and it'll be outdoors, weather permitting. But mark that on your calendar. It is going to be shifted to the morning gates and open at 10. And it appears that Sean is going to start. Drew Brees will work one of the 9 sets. He'll get a set, and so I would suggest to come early. And so you'll want to see your favorite starters, because he may start yanking after that first set, and see what happens there. Other than that,
Sean said he would not rest anyone unless there was a health issue. So anybody who's physically able to practice will practice, though as you pointed out, the starters won't go very long in a lot of cases. A couple of other notes: Sean took advantage of that extra time at the end of practice to visit with fans for, it seemed like, close to the 45 minutes that they would have worked. Signed a lot of autographs, visited with the fans. They've been out in the heat a lot. He wanted to accommodate them, so that was a nice gesture on his part. And Monty Williams, the Hornets coach, and Hugh Weber, the team president, were at practice. They were invited by Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis to check it out. So just a couple of little sidelights there. But other than that, no real news. It was warm again today, but a little relief with Coach Payton cutting the practice short.
And as we all know, that after tomorrow's practice, they kind of get a little bit of a break. They're leaving for Washington, D.C. and a visit at the White House with Barack Obama, and they've got a bunch of things on their itinerary that'll take them through the better part of Monday before they then depart for New England, and 2 days of practice next week prior to their exhibition game. So there's a lot on the plate as we're coming up, and as always, please stay tuned for updates as the day progresses on NewOrleans.com. For Les East, I'm Brian Allee-Walsh. Till next time.
Do with Brian Allee-Walsh, man.